for fast, cheap, and reliable Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, Easy Mutt. Use code VENOM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's good, guys? Venom Fire here, back from the video, and today I'm bringing you guys my favorite quarterback run scheme in Madden 21. So, QB run schemes are really fun offenses, in my opinion. It's not necessarily going to be the most competitive offense, but whenever I'm trying to have fun, playing Madden, just hop into a friendly game or whatever, I always like to go with some cool, unique offenses, and this is going to be one of them. So, pistol, strong slot is the formation we're going to be running it out of. We're in the Baltimore Ravens offensive playbook. Ravens playbook obviously has tons and tons of pistol formations. This is probably in like a pistol playbook as well. I'm not exactly sure, but we're going to be running the pistol strong slot. As you see, there's tons of great plays. We got stretch alert dragon, the read option, and overall, not only is there really good run plays, there's really good pass plays as well. Now we're going to start out with the run plays here. Went ahead, just set my audibles. These won't be my official audibles. What my normal audibles look like is pretty much this with just one pass play in it, but we're going to be going over the stretch alert dragon, Ravens read option, power option, and triple option. So tons of great plays. Now out of the pistol strong slot, you're going to make a couple of substitutions. Usually there is a tight end right here. You see you can put tight ends there. Personally, I like to go with two running backs. I like to have some more speed here, mainly for the triple option play and also the passing game. So that's just what I do. Also, you will be able to audible between a couple of formations. Usually, I just audible between strong slot and wing slot, or weak slot, yeah. But we'll just touch up on the strong slot in this video. So, again, we're just going to start out with these 4 run plays. Later in the video, we'll go over the 3 pass plays that I like to run, different setups. But yeah, overall, just a fun scheme. We are in current gen. This also works on next gen. I've been running it on next gen a lot. And I've been having a lot of success and fun running it. So we'll actually start out with the power option. So power option is a very interesting play. An ability I'd recommend getting on offense is going to be the fast break ability. You see Lamar Jackson does have that fast break ability. Basically, that's just going to help his ball carrier and prevent him from fumbling. So with this power option, you see, here's a look at my player. Although it is a designated run to this right side, it's really not good to the right. You see just swarming to the ball. You're really never going to have success. And with these power options, just running it stock, look how slow my QB is going to run. So I don't have any chance to cut it back. So we're going to do a little trick that I found out. Not sure if this works on next gen, but it for sure works on current gen. We're actually just going to run to the left. So you don't have to flip your play. We're still going to keep our designated play to the right, but we're actually just going to sprint completely to the left. So right when the ball is snapped, you're going to just hold your left stick to that left side, not holding right trigger, and then let a second pass, and then you hold right trigger, and he will actually go out in a full sprint. I'll show it here, so I'm just going to let go, and then I'm going to hold it, and now he's in his full sprint. I can get out to the outside. It's almost like a quarterback blast or quarterback power. Really cool tip. Obviously, this does help if they have less players on the left, but you see we're still able to have success. So again, it's designated to the right. What you do is you snap the ball, then you just hold your left stick to the left side. Don't hold the right trigger yet, and then you hold the right trigger after a second later. So I'm going to snap it. I'm not holding right trigger, and then I hold it, and boom, I see the hole. I can cut up, make a guy miss in the open field, make this guy miss, and you will be able to go crazy. Really, the downfall to the power option is how slow that quarterback runs. It's very unrealistic. You obviously wish EA would fix it, but it is what it is. But you see even able to cut it up the middle, and it really does just completely make the offense so much better. Just this one play and one tip. I'll show it a couple more times, but again, this tip doesn't really work if you're running to the right, because you see, even though there's a defender there, I did the same thing, and I just couldn't get him into a full sprint. You kind of just have to completely take him out of the play, and just running it to the left in general is going to completely help with that. So that's it for the power option. Really good play. Obviously, if I wanted to run to the right, run it how it's supposed to be run, I might utilize a little bit of motion, and then just get a little bit better blocking, and then I can pitch it out. Maybe if Marquise Brown blocked him, we would get better blocking, but yeah, it's typically not the best doing that unless it's a very, compressed set. Everybody's compressed, and then I can actually get J.K. Dobbins out in space, but for the most part, I like to cut it back. So let's move on to our next play. It's going to be the Raven read option. Raven read option, I love this play. I do kind of wish that you could flip the read options. Unfortunately, you can't really. It's kind of stuck to the strong side, which is obviously a little bit better. But just for the base read option, you're just going to snap the ball right there. I didn't mean to hand it off, but just read whoever has that orange R over his head and make a decision. Right there, you notice depending on how I pinch my D-line or keep my D-line is going to depend on who's playing the option actually. Right here, without a pinch D-line, with a stock D-line, you notice that the left end is going to be the one with that R over his name. But if I were to, pinch my entire defense, now it goes to the cornerback. So obviously just pay attention to that. It's very important that you know who to read. Now, with the read option, there's a coaching adjustment setting that you guys should probably all know. Just quarterback option play, you put it on conservative, they're always going to play the QB, which really is going to open up the running back. You have to run this a lot. You have to give it to your running back a lot. Don't be afraid. Don't try and force it with your QB. Obviously, if they're going to play the running back, you're going to have a lot of space and probably be able to take it to the house sometimes. But overall, it's a really high-powered play. Again, just going to run it a couple more times. You see, he is going to play the quarterback a lot, sometimes online. I've noticed certain QBs, they always get played even without the setting on, but it is a little bit weird. It's obviously going to be a bigger type of a play if they're going to follow the QB, or if they're going to follow the running back. Don't be afraid to give it to that running back, even if they are, playing the running back every time. It's always good to keep defense honest. You don't want them always following that quarterback. Right there, I was actually in the wrong play, but overall, read option is a very solid play. There's a ton of read options in this entire playbook. This one probably isn't the best one, but I still do have success running it. Sometimes you can cut it back like there. You see, you just picked up a symbol 15 yards up the middle. So use this read option a lot. There's not really any trick or glitch to it. If I wanted to, maybe I can use like a little bit of trick motion to the right. And then I kind of like snap the ball right here, make him think I'm running it over there, and then I keep it with Lamar. Just doing some weird tricks like that can definitely help you in a QB running scheme, just like how it would in real life. You see the Ravens in real life, they use a lot of motion, a lot of weird options, trickery, handoffs, whatever. So that's it for the read option. Let's move on to our triple option here. So triple option, I really like it just handing it off. I don't think triple option is the best when you actually have to go to the option. I really just like using it as an inside zone almost. You see it's basically a 5-6 trap type of a handoff, almost the read option animation, but you're going to give him the carry every time. I noticed really good blocks there. Marquise Brown, he's going to get shedded because he's a smaller receiver. But if he was able to hold his block, you see we're getting some nice blocks up the middle. He's consistently doing nothing, which I probably should have kept Snead in the slot for that purpose, but again, I can actually use motion. Maybe I motion over here. You definitely can always keep it. So Lamar, right there, they played both the pitch and the running back, so I just kept it with Lamar. He's running very slow, so it's not going to be a 50-yard play, but you just always got to make the right decision. Don't force the ball to whoever you want. Right here, you see that's the kind of animation I was trying to get with the blocks, the read option, the inside zone. And the reason I like, two halfback pistol offenses, something that my pistol spread scheme didn't have, is this kind of inside zone type play. Again, just hold A to hand the ball off. I'm sure you guys did know that. If not, I'll be responding to you in the comments if you ask. But how to hand the ball off is you just hold A or X on PlayStation before he gets over from, riding that halfback. So triple option, very solid here. I'm going to keep it. He actually comes down on the quarterback, and then I can pitch it off. That's definitely the best scenario in pitching it, is where there's literally nobody over there, like the triple option. Honestly, I do like the triple option aspect better than the power option, just because you're basically getting one defender out of the way. Be careful with the option. If you don't know how to do the option, you're just going to press L1. Be careful with the option because sometimes you can fumble. If it's not open, you're going to fumble, and it's going to be a touchdown. So be very careful. With that being said, let's move on to our last play, and it's actually going to be a run-pass option, RPO. We'll talk about the run first. It's just kind of like this power, this halfback zone out of pistol. It is called a stretch. You can call it a stretch, but pretty much it is a halfback power or halfback zone out of the pistol formation. This run is particularly good if people are going to pinch their line, even if they like base a line. But really, you just need to get people out. And honestly, for a half or an outside carry, you do need them to pinch the line. Otherwise, it's not going to be good, especially because of the fact that two of our wide receivers are on the same side. We don't have anybody on this right side beside our tight end, and then Ingram, obviously. But really, it is good. And honestly, you are going to be looking for the pass pretty much always out of this. You don't actually have to hold A to hand off the ball in this RPO. But really, I'm just going to be looking. So just for example, let's blitz that slot corner. I notice him on a blitz. Then I can throw it to Snead. Again, it's going to be a very quick decision. When I was learning the offense, I threw tons of pick sixes and learning this, so it does take practice. But really, against cover 2, you don't want to throw the flat. Against cover 3, you throw the flat. Against cover 2 or man coverage, you usually throw the slant. And it really does depend if they keep the vert hooks. A lot of times people this year are going to double flat. They would go with something like this on defense. A on a curl flat as well. Just out of a base cover 2 shell, this is probably the most basic setup that you go with. They're using binds right here. And they're obviously going to follow the running back, so I'll just man them up on the running back because it is an RPO. You're always going to go with the run. So if they go with like a double flat type strategy, you wait just a second for that slot corner to go over to his flat assignment, and then you can throw the pass. Really good. I'll show it again here. Let's audible to a cover 3. I believe against cover 3, the one you want to throw is going to be Marquise Brown. Now, be careful throwing this flat. It's very risky to throw the flat. And honestly, the best scenario to throw this flat route is going to be like if they were in a cover 3, sky press like this, and then honestly, they just kind of move this player out of the way. Like if they were in a 3-4 odd, they baseline, pinch the linebackers, whatever. This is probably your best scenario to throw the flat as I'm in the wrong play. But yeah, that flat, be careful because it's not a blocked flat. It's actually just a slant flat combo. So this guy, although it looks like, he would actually be able to block this outside corner every time, he doesn't do anything ever. So he sometimes can occupy him a little bit if it's like a man coverage. But you see right there, he's going to play the flat every time in a cover 2. Be careful. So that's it for our run plays. Let's move into a couple of our pass play setups again. Not going to go over the pass plays for 20 minutes. This is run play orientated. Geez. But yeah, some solid pass plays. So just for our audibles, just the plays we're going to go over, we're going to talk about PA levels, this PA boot LT, and then we got fade smash, and we'll throw in jet touch pass just because. So 4 pass plays. We'll start out with PA levels. This is going to be a cover 3 beater type of a play, not for a 1-play touchdown, but it does beat traditional cover 3. The route we're going to focus in on is Mark Ingram. He's on this kind of fat wheel route that you see out of mesh post. It's obviously going to be better if you flip it because he's going to have a little bit more space, but one thing I forgot to mention is that you do want your receivers on this wide side usually. This would probably be your only exception. In the setup, what you're going to do is throw Y on a wheel route. And actually, you actually do need him on that side because Y has to be on the opposite wheel route, so kind of ignore what I said. So Y on a wheel route, X on an out route, B on a flat, motion Hollywood Brown from left to right. And then we have a high-low between Ingram and Brown. We have Snead and Dobbins. And then we also have our A route. A sometimes goes on the streak or the post. I think against man coverage, he's going to run the post. Against zone, he's going to run the fade. I actually need to get off Bates. Let's just get back on the D-line. But, yeah, pretty good pass play, especially in a scheme where you don't want to pass the ball a lot. This is a run-heavy scheme. It's not the worst thing in the world to have a couple of these dots to really catch someone off guard, even if it's kind of a baby dot. You see Ingram gets in a really good spot. That time I actually forgot to put him on a flat, so I put him on an out route. Still had success. So as far as cover 2, it's really not the best against cover 2. There's obviously a couple of things you could do with it always, but not typically the best. Just going to motion him back over like so, and we will snap the ball. Boom, cover 3. Ingram, wide open, low ball, pass lead inside. Lamar delivered an inaccurate ball. But still, you see him a little bit open. But yeah, it's pretty much it for PA levels. Let's move on to PA boot LT. Now, this play is going to be pretty good against cover 2. Usually, that deep post is going to be able to split the cover 2. We'll just run it pretty stock here, just the stock setup, and he should be able to get open. Now, In practice mode, I noticed this weird thing happening with my cover 2 where the strong safety in a deep half, for whatever reason, continues to rotate to center field. I don't know why that happens, but in a traditional cover 2 setup, he's going to split the middle of the field. And then also with that weird thing that's happening in my cover 2 defense, my free safety, Jesse Bates in this case, is actually playing like an outside third. So again, I did audible that time. That was stock cover 2. And just, I don't know why it's happening. But other cover 2 beaters are going to be with B on this post route, or B on a corner. You're actually going to smart route B. And then what you're going to do is put Y on a wheel, X on an out. And with A, you can put them on like a curl or a flat, block your running back, something like this. You can have success with like a basic route combo. I could also put maybe A on a drag. You motion B over and you snap the ball right there. You notice he's going to get in a really good spot of that zone coverage and just act as a post route for us. So again, PA boot LT, you smart route B. You go ahead with X. You can honestly do whatever you want. But typically what I like to do is put him on like an out. Just this wheel out combo is really nice against every coverage. With A, maybe I want to put A on like an out route, which is something I do. I smart out the out route. I put RB on a wheel also, and then I motion him over, almost like a flood concept. I can snap Marquise Brown a little bit early if I want that to get a little bit more open. Then I can lowball the out route. Just gives you a couple of options on the sideline in the middle of the field. Overall, again, this concept does work against cover 3 defense. That's what we were in. Works against cover 2 as well. So, again, smart route B, put X on an out, Y on a wheel, RB on a wheel, A on an out, smart out A, and then motion Marquise Brown over. Very difficult to defend. Man coverage, B is going to get open, and you see A, killer. We threw that very late, but still, he does get separation initially. So, let's move on to fade smash. Now, this play really does work well against cover 2. Again, for whatever reason, my cover 2 is playing super, super weird in practice mode. Going back to the thing I said with my strong safety playing inside third. So you'll see it's stock cover 2. I'm just going to snap it normally. And you notice, why is my strong safety playing in the middle of the field? I know that there's no one on that side, but still, you saw with that post route, he's rotating over. Doesn't make any sense to me, but it is what it is. So typically, I'm not sure if this is just a practice mode thing, but in typical online play, Marquise Brown's going to split that cover 2 on the side. My go-to setup is going to be something like this, where I would actually motion Dobbins to the left and then just throw him on like a slant. So it's going to look like this. We got slant to post, and then we got a little high-low read over here. What I did is I put X on a smoke screen as well. But yeah, this gives you a little bit of options. Right there, you see Dobbins able to get separation if it's man coverage. I believe Hollywood actually does get some separation on that man coverage. Let's just run it. But again, I would like to motion Dobbins over. This could be a tell, so be careful about doing it. I like to do it with some other pass plays, but with Marquise Brown, sometimes he's going to get separation. You see the slant route gets really nice separation because he's man up on either a safety or a linebacker. But yeah, very, very decent setup. And obviously, I'm just giving you some base setups. You don't necessarily have to run these, and you can honestly do whatever you want with these. There's a lot of potential in these plays. But yeah, I just like this offense because you don't need really any abilities besides fast break. Also, in Ultimate Team, I recommend getting 2 QBs with fast break because Lamar gets tired after a couple of QB runs on the drive, and then you can't even go to like a power option anymore, so be careful with that. But yeah, overall, pretty solid offense. We got the jet touch pass. This is my favorite because when you go in it, look how tight these players get. It's very easy to tell that you're running the jet touch pass, so you almost got to come out and snap the ball immediately before anyone notices, but there's some potential with that play. But that's going to do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and peace. I'm out of here.